Hey, Joe here with Local Pro Helper, and in this video, I'm gonna discuss the one main reason why most people, continue to fail. On the flip side, why they also don't achieve what they want to achieve. Okay, so not that I'm an expert in this, it's just what I personally see, and honestly, the way everything plays out, I'm normally right about this stuff. Not being conceited, it's just how it is. I don't really pay attention to what people do, say. I actually just watch to see what people do. That's within my personal life, my business life, everything in general. I'm the type of person that will trust first and then get disappointed later, 9 times out of 10. And it's usually that 1 out of 10 that something actually works. And that's kind of like what I'm going to talk to you about today. So what I personally did within the company is, back when I was doing it, there wasn't all these, gurus that were trying to teach you how to improve your business, right? Whereas now that's a very, very big business at this point. It's probably in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars annually for, people that are doing this at that point. And, honestly, I was going to take it that route. But at the end of the day, I'm still focused on my business and, my next steps in life. So I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, so what typically is going to happen is, people have this problem. Could be, in personal, might be, they don't have enough money, or they're trying to lose weight, or, whatever it may be. On the business side of things, same thing. Maybe something's just screwed up, within their business. Maybe they don't have enough leads coming in. Maybe they don't have enough sales. Maybe they don't have whatever the profitability, whatever it may be. Well, what ends up happening is most people know what the problem is, but they don't know how to address the problem. They don't know how to fix the problem. And what they do is, instead of doing something, they typically will overanalyze it. So they will think, well, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? What if I do this and I fail? Or what if I do this and it doesn't work out? And then I have to tell my spouse or my family or my friends or whatever else. So typically what happens is it's the fear of the unknown is worse than what they're currently going through now. Because now it's like, okay, I'm working 80 hours a week and I'm just barely, getting by. But what happens if I try to do this and I fail? I'm out all that time, I'm out the money, whatever it may be, so they don't do anything. But for me, what I did is I don't really put too much thought into anything. I do think about, what the issues are. I do think about okay, maybe we can do this, this, and this, or maybe we'll try this or something. But I don't put all the time and attention into trying to figure out every fine little detail, because at the end of the day, I realized that pretty much the first thing you try, it's never going to work. There's numerous examples, and for me, it just never works out the right way. The first time, it just never does. But what you do, it's kind of like the Thomas Edison thing. I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 things that didn't work, kind of deal, right? And it's no different. You just have to keep trying and trying and trying. Because if you look at any successful person and you ask them, what typically is, a successful person has failed, 100 plus times. Whereas the unsuccessful person has only failed once or twice. They did it once or twice and they gave up, and then they just did what they always were doing. So that's the one piece of advice. It is a shorter video, thank God. But just try to do something, okay? And for me, it's progress over perfection. That's what I believe in. That's what I live by. Just keep trying something, okay? Now, when it comes to your business, if you are struggling where you're not earning enough, you are working too many hours, you are doing a million different services and can never figure out what the hell you're doing. If you have that kind of problem, we do have the Profit Planner. It's a program I had built. It's not super sophisticated. It's very easy to use. You basically do two things. You're going to put in your business and your personal expenses, for the year. Now, when you do this kind of stuff, it is not, you're not looking at for the jobs. Like if you were to have someone else install it for you, like for me, I own a fence company. So if you are looking to have someone, and you have crews that install the fence, well, that's not going to go into this expense column, okay? Because that's part of like the cost of goods sold. Now, this is more of, if you have someone answering the phone calls, the emails, if you have a supervisor, if you have people that are non-unit producing people, okay, they're not doing anything for that actual service, but they are like behind the scenes. Those people are going to be added in there, okay? And don't forget, if you pay them $20 an hour, you want to make sure you add 40% to that to cover workman's comp and all that kind of good stuff. So it's really like $28 an hour. So anyway, you put all your expenses into this profit planner, and then you do the same thing with your personal. So, your mortgage, electric, gas, like water bills, like all that kind of stuff, what your spending is going to be and all that kind of good crap. And you have that. And then you start putting in some of your jobs. So again, as a fence company, you want to put in as many different jobs as you have. So for a fence company, it's like vinyl, aluminum, it could be cedar, it could be pressure treated, chain link, residential jobs, commercial jobs, like all that kind of stuff. And what happens is you start putting in this information, and what it's going to show you is that you go from, most business owners say, I need to book more jobs. No. That's not the way you think about it. It's how many jobs do I need to book? Okay. Do I need to book 3 jobs this week, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, whatever it may be? You've figured that out. Oh, actually, you don't figure it out. The program figures that out for you. And then along with that, after you figure that information, then what you start using is the future planner that's in this program. So what does this do? I got to put these glasses on. The screen is killing my eyes. So what does the future planner do? Well, it shows you small little tiny tweaks, and I mean like tiny tweaks, in your business, and it shows you what will happen. Because again, the fear of unknown is worse than what you're currently going through. Well, with this program, it actually shows you what's going to happen before you end up doing it. So it's kind of like your own personal business coach and like fortune teller or like crystal ball all in one. Like it just does both of them for you. And it's a super simple program. I haven't mentioned it yet. It's only $7 a month. Like that's it. Just because I want to help other businesses, improve their business. If I can help some, guy or woman that instead of working 80 hours a week, now you're down to 40 hours a week, and then you're able to spend more time with your family and kids and everything else. I would love to do that. If you're the type of person that wants to be able to give back more, but you're not, financially you're not able to, well, this program will show you how to work less and earn more. So not only could you start donating more money, but then you'd have more time if you wanted to volunteer or stuff like that. So that's why the program has been built. Anyway, you can find it on profitplannerapp.com. And as far as the future planner, the things that you can adjust, well, you can see what happens if you raise or lower your prices. You can see what happens if you start hiring. So the biggest improvement that people will see is if you are currently installing. So for me, or actually doing that service. So me in the fence industry, so if I was still actually installing the fence, it would show you what would happen if you actually hired someone else to install that fence for you, right? And the cool part is, yeah, but Joe, it's going to cost me more money, obviously. Well, what it shows you is how much more money it costs you. It's going to show you how many jobs you have to book, like compared to what you had to book before if you were doing your own job. And with that information, and actually a lot of times it's actually a hell of a lot cheaper than you actually think, because you're like, oh my God, it's going to cost me an extra $500 for this job and blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, but you go from needing like just say 3 or 4 jobs a week to like needing 3.5 to 4.5 jobs a week. It's literally like half an extra job a week that you need to book. And you're like, well, Joe, I don't have enough leads for it. Well, advertise. Like it's that simple. I put guides on here how to advertise. There's also the Google My Business listing, shows you how to optimize that, where it will literally change your business. We personally get about 600 leads a month from that. Just Google My Business costs $500 for the year. 600 leads a month. Like what could you do with it? Now, honestly, a lot of them are tire kickers. A lot of them are a waste of times, but it's also because we don't do a lot of services. Like we only do a handful of things, actually like 2. The other thing is we're higher priced than everyone. So the people that are looking for the cheapest price, like they're just not our customer. But the thing is, the more people you have coming in, there's a certain percentage of people that are willing to pay more. And what ends up happening, and we're seeing it full effects of it this year, even though we're going through sort of kind of COVID, but obviously with the price increases and everything else, because now it's May 26th of 21. And what ends up happening, I just booked another job. What ends up happening is the prices have skyrocketed, absolutely skyrocketed. You know, last year, you know, we probably had 40% increase in vinyl. This year, we're already at like 30%, and it's only projected to go more and more and more. And a lot of guys are saying, well, I can't even get material. Like I'm 12 weeks out. I can't even get the material. If I could, I'd be at like 16, 20 weeks out, and I just have to stop doing quotes and blah, blah, blah. We're only at 4 weeks. And the funny part is this year we are about, on average, about 3.5 times more profitable than last year. 3.5 times. There's other weeks where we're literally 5 times more profitable. Imagine what you could do with 5 times the gross profit that you have coming in per week. Because that's what I look at. I look at how much I need, and that's what this system shows you what to do. Is it shows you, okay, based on your expenses, you need to hit a gross profit of, just say, 10 grand per week, whatever the number is. And then based upon that, once you put in your jobs and it puts in the gross profit and your hours and that kind of stuff, well, then it shows you, well, based off of 10, you know, if you need 10,000 in gross profit and your average job is $2,000 in gross profit, well, you need to book 5 jobs. Simple enough. Like, it's that simple. So then you actually have a clear target of what I need to hit. Because if you are like just throwing darts and you're like blindfolded throwing darts, you're never going to get your goal. But as soon as you know that I need to hit 5 jobs, well, then you're going to actually get to the 5 jobs. Once your brain starts wrapping around exactly what you want, it actually goes and does this stuff for you. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it works. And again, before I did all this stuff, I was working 80 hours a week. I was not profitable whatsoever. Like, you know, if I needed, you know, 10, I'm just using the 10 grand number. If I needed 10 grand per week, I was booking like, you know, even in peak season, I was doing 12 and 13,000. Then in the off season, you might do like 5 and 6,000. Well, in those off season, you know, a week, I'm losing $5,000 a week. So in the course of a year, I'd probably just barely break even. This year, it's just, last year was the starting point because we started adjusting everything. And the other thing, actually, I'll get to another video. But anyway, use a profit planner if your business is screwed up. It's super simple. Like, it's super simple. It's basically it's just as easy as an Excel spreadsheet. Let's put it that way. But it gives you so much more information. Not only that, it's not, you know, Excel programs, like basically if you put in the wrong number or you mess something up, like it just blows up the whole spreadsheet, and then hopefully you can hit the control Z or hit the back button enough times to hopefully it fixes itself. If not, then you're like, oh shit, what do I do? It fixes that for you. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you start to make those changes within your business. Just do something. Just do something. Again, if there's a lead issue that you're having, well, check the videos that I have because it fixes that. If you have, like, you want to do Google Ads, but you don't want to pay someone $1,000 a month to do it for you, there's a video on that, how to do it as well. Like, there's videos on how to do everything. Like, I'm literally showing how to do everything for free just because I simply want you to improve your business. So I don't need anything in return unless you want to do the program, which is $7 a month, which obviously I'm not really making a profit from. You know, I think each month I make about, at this point, about $80 some. I don't need the $80 some. Like, there's plenty of money coming in. So anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope you improve your business. And if you're just watching this and you're not following AMC or GameStop, you may want to check that out and just dump some money in there because it could be nuts. So at this point, you know, we've had a few great days, averaging about $20. I think we're just under $20 a share. Last week it was at $10, so it doubled already. But basically, if you put in $500, like, there's a chance you might lose half of it. But on the flip side, you could walk away, and I know it's going to sound crazy, you know, it could be like $500,000, like $500,000 for a $500 investment. So crazier things have happened, but who the hell knows? So anyway, have an awesome day. Thanks.